Hmm. All right. Hello and welcome. This is going to be an All Signs Next 48 reading, and it's my first of 5 reading, so we'll see how it goes. Just thought I would go ahead and try this out. All right, so this is August 27th, so this will be to the 29th. Let's see what Spirit has in store for us. I have to say too, it's been a couple of songs have been like repeating around me, and it feels like some of them are relevant for you guys. And one of them is "Don't Give Up on Me" by Andy Grammer, and the other one is "I Just Called to Say I Love You," which keeps popping up. Another one is I think it's called "Strangers in the Night." Anyways, let's see what Spirit has in store for us. Thank you, Spirit, for a couple of cards. Let us know what's going on for all signs in the next 48 hours. Okay, interesting. I'm laughing. So, the card to come out is the Hermit, and I'm laughing because we're in Virgo season, and this is one of Virgo's, this is always a Virgo card. Like, the Magician could have popped out, and that could have been Virgo energy, but that's Virgo or Mercury. This is very Virgo energy. The other card that we have is the Six of Wands. And that, in a way is also ironic, or at least synchronistic, because Virgo is ruler of the sixth house. And that's all about self development, self awareness, health needs. And I think of it in a house as like the utility closet slash pantry. It's where we deal with the things that we take into our bodies and minds and things like that. And I think what these cards are saying with the Six of Wands and the Hermit is that we're all over the next 48 hours going to be kind of focused on going within. So there might be a little bit of antisocial kind of feel, or there might not be quite the talkativeness that some may like, but it's a good thing. It also might be a time when a fair amount of us are experiencing dreams. We're getting a little bit more in touch with our intuition, and because the Hermit to me always kind of reminds me of Merlin, um, there might be a little bit more magicalness to things. You might be recognizing more synchronicities also, and kind of following that little guiding light. If you look, what he's got in there, it's not a flame, it's a star. It's just, think of the star card. It's that inner guidance, that what we wish for, and being really called to that. I really think that that's a lot of what we're focusing on. A lot of people, I think, a lot of us are going to be trying to go towards the star, like what our hearts really wish for. And the Six of Wands is also a bit of a celebratory card sometimes. It's also of ego too. And because it's a wand, if this might represent somebody that you know of that has like fire sign placements, uh, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, things like that. Um, or it could just be like it's kind of the writing conqueror coming in and having a parade to celebrate that. So it might be, oh, you know what? I think, and this makes sense considering where we are with quarantine and stuff like that, that we, a fair amount of people are getting single. I mean, you notice in these cards, like neither one of these figures are with another person. It's not the Two of Cups. It's not the Lover's card. There's a lot of card where it suggests partnership. Even the Kings and Queens suggest partnership. The Six of Wands does have people around them, but they're not with them. They're kind of celebrating them, supporting them as onlookers rather than being with them. So that, and that tells me that there will be supportive energy in this, but these are definitely two single cards, and they're both of more masculine energy than feminine. So it suggests that we're probably mostly going to be focused on work. There is some youthfulness in the Six of Wands, but there's also, that experienced elder type status for the Hermit. With 6 and 8, we have 14. Or sorry, excuse me, 6 and 9, we have 15. So there's the energy of the devil and the lovers in that too. So And those cards in particular are a duality of their own sort. So that suggests also that we might be dealing with cutting loose any situations that have been toxic. Um, we be acknowledging and embracing some of our dark sides or darknesses, which can fit in with that hermit energy. And it's also about making choices. So there will definitely be some choices to be made in the next 48 hours. I'm curious to see if you leave in the feedback in the comments below what sort of choices you might be faced with. I'm also noticing that these two figures are facing each other. So it might be for some of us that we're being faced with this is kind of like the court of public opinion. It's often considered an ego card because it's like, look at me, look at my status, I'm doing what everybody thinks, whereas the hermit is a loner. They're an individual. They're the hermit, like the person that goes and lives in the woods because it's more peaceful and there's more spiritual enlightenment and they're more connected with nature. Where the Six of Wands is more about how can I look good in front of everybody? How can I boost my ego and get accolades for my achievements and things like that? So we might be feeling at odds about this. This might be an internal thing going on, or it could be that we are at odds with someone else who's doing the difference. Like it might be that we are in the hermit energy and really wanting to work on personal growth and self development and things like that, whereas we're at odds with somebody who cares more about what everybody else thinks and what they might talk about. That being all of the wands in there, and they may be defensive about it because the wands can also represent boundaries, not always healthy ones. So but let's see what is in the deck to give us a little bit more support as to what's going on. Oh boy, right on the bottom, we have the King of Swords in reverse, and I'm laughing because right beneath that, the Queen of Cups in reverse. And typically I only take the bottom card as the underlying issues in the subconscious card or the shadow card, if you will. But I'm feeling like it's both of these, the Queen of Cups reversed and the King of Cups reversed. So we have a pair there. And isn't that funny that, the Hermit and the Six of Wands come together to equal 15, which is the Devil and Lovers. And this is definitely a I don't know, I want to say it's like two devils pretending to be in love sort of thing, like, or maybe it is that they're fighting. It might be us. It might be that in our subconscious we are either dealing with maybe if you have a twin flame connection, it could be that you have a divine femme or a divine masculine who is in ego energy or trauma or a shame cycle of some kind, and they're acting very narcissistically, and they're in some kind of a karmic relationship with someone else, and this is what's in your subconscious and what you're really wanting to tackle. Or it could be that you are in some kind of a karmic dynamic with somebody and that it needs to be tackled, but you're avoiding it. And the shadow card position is often work that we need to do and focus on, but we're not. um, let's see here. Hot topic. Right on top, look at that, the Emperor. So father figures, divine masculine energy, stability, father wounds, things of that nature are going to be a focus, like a conscious focus for the next couple of days. I know in my life it's definitely already been a focus today and yesterday. This is the energy of Aries, most especially. So it might be that you have people in your life who have Aries placements that are going to be prominent over the next 48 hours. Or if you have Aries, it could be it. And it doesn't have to be that. It's just sometimes you can notice the synchronicity in that. And it might be that you're dealing with something with your own father, or it could be that you're dealing with someone who is dealing with their father issues or things of that nature. And as a hot topic in upright, it could be that someone is acting as the emperor. Yeah, I'm kind of getting that sense. There might be somebody coming in to our worlds that is acting like the emperor. They're being stable, they're being emotionally secure, they're acting as a good father, but we know in our subconscious that are not being genuine, that it's a mask. I mean, this is very much a narcissistic card, and narcissism is wearing a mask to avoid being vulnerable. And then we often come across as, well, a jerk. Let's see what's in the heart of the matter. Ooh, yeah, see, look, heart of the matter, the moon reverse. That's definitely repressing feelings, hidden enemies, clandestine affairs. It's also a Cancer card, and in reverse. So you might be dealing with someone who has Cancer and Aries placements, or two separate people with Cancer and Aries placements. It also has a bit of Capricorn in there, and the Devil card has to do with Capricorn. The Lovers card has to do with Gemini, but it's funny because that six is to do with the House of Virgo. But that definitely supports that. Isn't that interesting? That in our subconscious we have the King of Swords in reverse, which is also air sign stuff. So Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra are in here too. And the hot topic is somebody who is either acting in this energy or needs to be acting in this energy. I think for some of us, some are pretending to, and some need to get there. Well, I think all need to get there specifically, but some are, yeah, some people are acting in this energy, and some people, what's being called out is that they need to act in this energy. And I think for those that are pretending to be that way, for those of you who are, at 11:11 on the clock, for who those of you who are intuitive enough to get readings like this and stuff, you recognize that it's not genuine, and that there are feelings being repressed and hidden, and that there's a lack of faith in it. But that also means a reflection. So it's good for us to look at, how are we being genuine? How are we wearing a mask? Even if it's simply to avoid fighting with one of these two people, how are we not being authentic? And I can see underneath these two cards, we have the Page of Cups on top of the Seven of Swords. So some kind of a loss, and likely somebody who's being manipulative, cheating, stealing, lying, all of that. And it may also be because of the way that these cards were laying with each other. You can see that they're looking at each other. It could be that there is a child looking at that, that Emperor, that King of Swords in reverse, and feeling loss. Or it could be that the emperor is looking at, maybe there's a situation with children to where they're feeling like time has been stolen from them, or maybe they're not able to see their kids because they're acting in this Seven of Swords energy, and they're not yet ready to face the consequences. The Page of Cups can also be an energy of needing to apologize, and it can also be like immaturely offering that. Like, it's not a King of Cups apology, it's not a real genuine apology, but like it's the start of one. So some of you might be receiving apologies from somebody who stole from you, or cheated on you, or lied to you. But it'll be a small cup, it won't be a huge thing, but it'll be a start. Underneath that, we have Strength reverse, so some sort of a codependent situation. Maybe that's what you're getting an apology for, or need to apologize for. The Seven of Wands in there, so this might be somebody who feels like they have to do everything themselves, or you may be feeling like that, or you may be dealing with someone who's a little verbally defensive. Um, or blocking progress moving forward. We've also got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, so some sort of a delay on a commitment, or a breaking of a commitment. I know some of my other readings did talk about the energy of breaking up, and with the with these two like this, it could be the breakup of two people who have been in toxic cycles. So if that's you, it could be you breaking up with somebody, or ending a dynamic with someone who's toxic, or it could be that you hear of that happening over the next 48 hours. Yeah, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse, which in upright it'd be more nightmares. In this, it can either be like trying to ignore the nightmare, or most often, though, it's an emotional breakthrough, a decision decided to be done with the nightmare. And yeah, another nine of cups in reverse there. Um, feeling ungrateful and unsatisfied for that situation. We've got a fair amount of reversals too. Queen of Wands in reverse. Somebody who's being catty and jealous and manipulative, and very like, I do what I want kind of energy. Um, and also somebody who might be, it's interesting because we have two queens in reverse here, so there could be two feminine energies that are either they're inside each of us and intermixing in a toxic way, or need to be healed, or it could be two actual women who are intermixing, and it may have to do with why this King of Swords is in reverse and why the Emperor is the hot topic. Oh yeah, look, didn't I call it devil energy? There it is in upright and right on top of the Fool, which suggests to me that yes, a fair amount of people are either breaking free from toxic commitments, or they're making the first few steps to get there. Either way, this is Saturn energy, so it has to do with karma. And because the Fool is beneath well, it would be on top of the devil, I'm kind of getting the sense that this is a new step that a fair amount of people took in the assumption that they would get the sun. They would be safe and be able to be vulnerable and have fun and receive enlightenment, but instead what they got themselves into is a date with the devil, which is the Queen of Wands in reverse. And so they or you are not feeling fulfilled about it. You're ready to break free from the toxic nightmares and anxiety, and recognizing that you can't get ahead. You can't get to the next cycle where you're at. And it's time to break that commitment, um, to have good boundaries, but to not be defensive about everything, and not to be that kind of person where you have to do everything yourself, because that just keeps you in codependent cycles, to be honest. And yeah, apologize where you may have hurt people, and really think about your thoughts. Even think about your thinking, because swords have a lot to do with thoughts. And if you're in if you're in a space of negative thinking, you're manifesting more toxicity in your own life. And if you're around somebody who is very much in this energy, they're manipulating you or cheating on you or cheating you out of things, or you just find that when you're paired with them, you don't experience growth. You're stuck in time, sort of, and you feel like your time is being stolen from you. Then it's time to move away from those people. And if you're thinking about someone in the past that fills you with gentle and kind romantic feelings, maybe it's time to approach them and open up to them. And if this is the energy of children, and you have some children that you've not been seeing or you could be seeing, it's good to go and reach out to them. Either way, these two cards being in our shadow work position, whether you are feeling like the world is upside down because of somebody else's behavior, or if you're trying to mask the way that you feel or avoid awkward conversations, work on healing that. And if you have someone else around you who's being like that, work on healing that. And really, make use of this Virgo energy in here. And also of the energy of Saturn with the Devil card, and Gemini with the Lovers. 15 equals 6. All right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. If you would like to leave any feedback, you know where the comment section is. And if you'd like a private reading, I leave my email in the description box below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading.